Okay, now we will start with combination of resistance. So we have understood about resistance. Now suppose I am putting one bulb, I am putting another bulb, another bulb, another bulb. That means I can't count it with the resistance of a single bulb, right? Many bulbs are getting connected, so each one will be having some resistance of its own. Now I need to find out how will the resistances be if I connect them in various systems. Okay, so combination of resistance. Combination of resistance. There is broadly two types of combination. First one is known as series combination. Second one is known as parallel combination. Okay, one is series combination, another one is parallel combination. Now let us understand how series combination is. Let us take a resistance R1 and let us take another resistance R2. Okay, now let this be the start of R1, this be the end of R1. So we are putting it as A1 and B1. Okay, let this be the start of resistance R2, A2, end of resistance R2, B2. So we got A2 and B2. Now if I connect it in such a way that the end of the first will join the start of the second, end of the first will join the start of the second. Okay, we are doing what? We are just joining them. So if it happens in this way, then it is a series combination. That is, it is getting one after the other in the same line. Okay, so how will it happen? It will happen like this. This is resistance R1, this will be resistance R2. This combination is known as series combination. And if we are having two resistances, one is R1, another one is R2, such that this one has two terminals A1 and B1, this one has two terminals A2 and B2, and we do it such that we join the first terminals and we also join the second terminals together. Okay, what are doing? We are joining the first terminal, we are also joining the second terminal, we are joining both of the terminals. So if we are joining both of the terminals individually, then it will give rise to a circuit that will look like this. It will give rise to a circuit that will look like this, where this one will be R1, this one will be R2. The two A's joined together will give us a terminal A, the two B's joined together will give us a terminal B. This kind of connection is known as parallel connection. Now we need to remember something regarding both of these connections. If a current I is coming, then I current will pass through R1. All of you look at me. I current will pass through R1. This same I current will pass through R2. So in a series combination, same current passes through all the resistors connected. Okay, so give a star and write that down. In series connection, all resistors in series receive same current. Okay, now let us come to parallel resistor. See what happens in parallel resistor. If a current I comes in here, this current will get divided into two parts. A part of the current I1 will flow through R1, a part of the current I2 will flow through R2. Suppose I is 10 ampere, then it can happen that I1 will be 3 ampere, I2 will be 7 ampere. Then again after crossing this point, the currents will join and it will form 10 ampere. So in parallel connection, the current may be different when different resistors are used. Okay, but in case of series connection, same current will pass through that. Now, so we understood the rule for current. Let us go to the rule for voltage. See, voltage is across two terminals. Now when we look at series, if a current is flowing through it, suppose the voltage at this point be 10 volt. Okay, now when it will cross a resistance, some voltage will decrease. So if it is 10 volt, suppose it used up 4 volt, so 10 minus 4, how much volt will be? 6 volt. So this resistance has used up 4 volt, for example, so 6 volts remain. Okay, now when it is crossing this resistance, suppose it is using 2 volt, so how much of voltage will remain? How much? 6 minus 2, 2 is used up, 6 is here, 2 is used up, how much will remain? 4. So what we see is that the voltage across various components may or may not be same. Is that clear? Now let us come here. In this case, you have to keep this in mind. Suppose the voltage across A and B is 10 volt. It will adjust the current in such a way that the voltage drop across this will be 10 volt and this one will also be 10 volt. So it will adjust the current. What am I saying? So is voltage changing in parallel combination? No, voltage will always be same. Is current changing in series combination? No. Okay, current will always be same. So in this case voltage same, in this case current same. So I am just giving a marking. In case of parallel combination, voltage same. In case of series combination, current same. Okay, in case of parallel, voltage same. In case of series, current will be same. Chalo. Now let us do a derivation in series combination. How will series combination be? Let us do a derivation. See, suppose this is a series combination. Okay, series combination. See, I am using a resistance here. Let this resistance be R1, this resistance be R2, this resistance be R3. Okay, and I am passing it through a battery which completes our entire circuit. Is that clear? Suppose this battery has voltage capital V. Okay, as I already said, a current I is passing through it. That means the same current I will pass through each of the component. Now same current is passing. What did Ohm's law tell us? Ohm's law told us that V equals to IR. So there will be a potential drop here, V. There will be a potential drop here, V. There will also be a potential drop here, V. So let the potential drop at R1 from here to here be V1. Across R2 be V2. Across R3 be V3. Okay. Can you tell me what will be the value of V1 according to Ohm's law? Can you tell me what will be the value of V1 according to Ohm's law? What did Ohm's law tell? What was the equation of Ohm's law? V equals to IR. So can you tell me from Ohm's law, V1 will be equal to, is it I1 or I? What is the resistance? So that will be I into R1. What will be V2? IR2. Good. What will be V3? IR3. Okay, we got this. Now you will learn about Kirchhoff's voltage law in class 12, but before that let me tell you something. Voltage is related to energy. Okay, so if energy is given out after completing the entire circuit, that energy must be completely used up. This is the basic principle. So if I give out 10 volt, that 10 volt must be consumed in the 3 parts. So according to that, from law of conservation of energy, from conservation of energy, we can say that the voltage or EMF that you will give out, V, must be equal to the 3 voltages. So V must be equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Clear? Now suppose I imagine a circuit. I am imagining a circuit. In that circuit, if I compare it in this way, that suppose I am replacing it with a single resistance which will give the value equivalent to the 3 resistances connected in series. Okay, first understand my question properly. I am using an equivalence. I have used 3 resistances, so cumulatively it will give the value of some resistance. Suppose I am using 10 ohm, I am using 12 ohm, and I am using 8 ohm. Okay, now this will make up a value of 30 ohm. So without using the 3 resistances, suppose I use a single 30 ohm resistance, I can use that. So if I imagine that I am using a resistance which will be equal to the 3 resistances combined together, and I name that as R equivalent, or I name that as RS, R series. Okay, so equivalent resistance in series B RS. Okay, now if I current is flowing through the circuit, the same I current will be flowing in this case also, right? Can you tell me, from Ohm's law there is only a single resistance, right? So that single resistance will have a single voltage drop, Vs. Now I am giving out, suppose 20 volt, suppose. Now the whole 20 volt will be dropped here, right? So instead of writing Vs, if I write V, will that be wrong? You understood? If I give out 20 volt, there is only one resistance, then the whole voltage will be dropped in this position only. So instead of writing Vs, if I write V, will that be wrong? No, because the whole voltage will be equal to the source voltage only. So I am writing this as V. Is that clear? Now, if I current flows, RS is the resistance, according to Ohm's law, what can I write? V equals to? Good. So we can write V equals to I times RS. Now if I put the values of V1, V2, V3 and V in this equation, what do I get? See, I get V, that is IRS, equals to V1, that is IR1, IR2, IR3, right? So if I take I as common, I will be getting R1 plus R2 plus R3. If I deduct the I's, I will be getting RS, R1 plus R2 plus R3. This is the combination of resistances in series. Is the idea clear to all of us? All of you write this down properly. Okay, find equivalent resistance between A and B. Three resistance has been given, 2 ohm, 5 ohm and 3 ohm. We know. Acha, first tell me, are they in series or in parallel? Series. So can we say RS equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3? That will be 2 plus 5 plus 3 or 10 ohm. Okay. Now look at this question. They have told us to find out current. Now can we modify this one? Can we modify this one as a single resistance and a battery? Can I name it as RS? Okay. Can you tell me what will be the value of RS? 20. How did we do that? RS will be equal to, yes, so 14 plus 6, that will be 20 ohm. Now it is 20 ohm, right? This one is 30 volt. What will be the current? How will you find it out? V equals to IR. So by Ohm's law, right? Or I will be V by R. V is 30 volt, R is 20 ohm, that is 1.5 ampere. Okay, is that clear? Now we have understood about series combination. We will do parallel combination now. Parallel combination. See, parallel combination. Parallel combination means the resistances will be connected such that their start terminals will be connected to their end terminals. Okay, suppose we have three resistances. This is resistance 1, resistance 2, resistance 3. Okay, three resistances connected in this way, having a battery. Okay, now let this resistance be R1, this one be R2, this one be R3, the battery be supplying a voltage of V. Okay, what did I tell you in this case? The voltages will be same, right? What will happen to the current? It will change. Suppose a current of I is coming out from the battery. On reaching this portion, this will be I1, this will be I2, this will be I3. Okay, so they have branched out, the currents have branched out. Now they again join here and I current is flowing. Is that clear? Now I told you one thing for sure. If this is voltage V, the total drop is across these 2 points, right? So the total voltage across these 2 points will also be V. So this will be V, this will be V, this will be V, as the voltage will remain same, and the whole current is dropping across any of the lanes. So if it is V, they will also be V. Now according to Ohm's law, what can I say about the first resistance? According to Ohm's law, what can I say? According to Ohm's law, what can I say? Tell me. Can I say V equals to I1 R1? Yes. Can I say V equals to I2 R2? Can I say V equals to I3 R3? Right? Okay, from here, can I say I1 equals V by R1? Can I say that? From this one, can I say I2 equals to V by R2 and I3 equals V by R3? Can I say this? Okay. Now I am making an equivalent circuit. Okay, I am making an equivalent circuit. What I am doing is that I am converting it into a single resistance, and as it is a parallel circuit, I am naming this resistance as RP. This is the battery giving out a voltage equivalent to V. Okay, this one is V. Right? Tell me one thing. If this battery has voltage V, what will be difference? What will be the difference here? It will be V also, right? Now, if it is considered to be having only a single resistance, then I current will pass through that. Now, if there are branches, the I is dividing. If there is no branch, then we will consider it as only I current will flow through it. Right? So, from the equivalent circuit, from equivalent circuit, can I write that V equals to I times R parallel, or can I write I equals to V by R parallel? Can I write this? Okay, as I already told you that the current has branched, so I has branched into I1, I2 and I3. Okay, so as the current has branched, can I say I will be equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3? Can I say that? I will be equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. Can I say that? Okay, I1 is equal to V by R1, I2 is equal to V by R2, I3 is equal to V by R3, right? And I is equal to V by RP. So can I write it as V by RP, V by R1 plus V by R2 plus V by R3. Can I write this down? Okay, if I take V as common, then if I take V as common, can I write V by RP as V times 1 by RP? Can I write this? And if I take V as common, can I write V times 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3? Can I write this? If I cut out the V's, can I write 1 by RP equals to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3? This is the formula for equivalent resistance in parallel. Is that right? Everyone got that? Question number 9. Question number 10. Sorry. Question number 10. For this combination, where each is of 3 ohm, find out the equivalent resistance across the terminals AB. Find out R parallel across AB. First. Okay, so first we will do this one. This is very easy. R parallel, 1 by R parallel will be 1 by, see, all of them are same, right? So 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. If all of them are same, then can I write it as 1 by R plus 1 by R plus 1 by R? So 1 by R parallel will be this one. So can I write 1 by R parallel as 3 by R? Or can I write R parallel as R by 3? R is 3 ohm. So that will be 3 by 3 or 1 ohm. Okay, this one is easy. Okay, now let us do this one. Question number 11. This one. 5 ohm, 10 ohm and 30 ohm. So can I write this one as a single R parallel, where R parallel will be 1 by R parallel will be equal to 1 by 5 plus 1 by 10 plus 1 by 30, right? The LCM will be 30. This will be 6, 3, 1. So that will be 10 by 30, or that will be 1 by 3, or R parallel will be equals to 3. So that will be 3 ohm. Now they have told us to find out the current. Voltage is 30 volt. So we know V equals IR, or I equals V by R parallel, right? So V is 30 volt by 3 ohm, that is 10 ampere. Is that clear? Okay, let us do this next question. Next question says that it is 4 ohm and 6 ohm. So if I do this thing, 1 by R parallel will be 1 by 4 plus 1 by 6, right? So that will be 12, this will be 3, this will be 2, so 5 by 12, right? Okay, so R parallel will be 12 by 5. Is that clear? Now they have told us to find out the voltage. We know V equals to IR, right? V equals to IR parallel. In this case I is 10 ampere, so that will be 10 into R parallel is 12 by 5, so this will cut away, so that will be 24 volt. These are easy questions. Yes, tell me. You can write it as, no, 1 by R parallel is 5 by 12, so R parallel will be 12 by 5. Okay, 1 by R parallel 5 by 12, R parallel will be 12 by 5. Okay, now we will be doing combination of both of the types. Is very important. Okay, combination of both parallel and series connection. I'll be showing you an example and I'll give you one to do. Now suppose I have a combination like this. Okay, suppose this is resistance R1, this is R2, this is R3. Can you tell me which are in parallel? Which are in parallel? Okay, so these are in parallel, right? Which are in series? No, this one and this one taken together is in series, right? So first we will do the inside one. So inside one is R parallel. So can I convert it as this one is R1, and if I do it, that will be R parallel. Can I do that? Now if we do this one, can I write from here, that will be taken together as RS. Okay, now if R1 equals to, if R1 equals to 5 ohm, R2 equals to 2 ohm, R3 equals to 4 ohm, find equivalent resistance across A and B. Do it. R equivalent across A and B. First do it. Okay, so R1 is, in this question R1 is 5, right? R2 and R3 is 2 and 4. Okay, tell me, these are in parallel. So can I write this one as this and this, right? This will be R parallel, this will be R1. Okay, what is R parallel? R2 and R3 in parallel. So 1 by R parallel will be 1 by R2, that is 2, plus 1 by R3, that is 4, right? So that will be 8, that will be 4, this will be 2, this will be 1, so that will be 3 by 4, will be 1 by R parallel, or R parallel will be 4 by 3, right? Okay, now this is 4 by 3, R1 is 5. If I add them, then I will get the total resistance because they are in series. So the total resistance R equivalent will be R1 plus R parallel, that is 5 plus 4 by 3, 5 3s are 8, 8 plus 4 12 by 3. 5 3s are 15, sorry, 15 plus 4 19 by 3. Okay, this is the answer. Okay, let us look into this one. See, can I write this one as two resistances, this one forming RP1 and this one forming RP2? Can I write it in this way? Right? Okay, what will be RP1? RP1 will be, see, 1 by RP1 equals to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, that will be 1, or RP1 will be 1. What will be RP2? 1 by RP2 will be 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3, that will be 3 by 3 equals 1, or RP2 will be 1. See, they are in series, so from this we can write a single resistance R equivalent, that will be 1 plus 1, 2 ohm, because this is 1 ohm, this is 1 ohm. That was simple. Okay, so we can do a single series, we can do a single parallel, or we can do a combination of both. Okay, this week I won't be giving you any questions from electricity and magnetism, as you are having half yearly regarding optics chapter. Okay, so I'll be giving you question from optics, so you need to do that.